Hi guys, welcome to the tutorial series on hair systems. This tutorial series is based on XGen and the focus will be on understanding the basics and gradually working towards creating a detailed and varied hairstyles and using XGen for other requirements like creating plants and other stuff. So this first tutorial will be to understand the basics and how to create a simple hairstyle. So let's jump into Maya. So if you see here, this is we have, and if you see, I got a head, okay, and I also duplicated the same object and created some like scalp for the hair. Can you see? It's exactly on top of it. That's fine, that's enough. And I gave the different colors so that you can differentiate it. Yeah, I'll make this resource available for you guys on week 23. You can download it and work on it. The other thing is that if you check the hair mesh, and it should be, if you go here to UV and UV editor, it's properly unwrapped. You need to unwrap it. If you don't unwrap it, you will not be able to do it. But right now this is unwrapped. I'm talking about in the future when you're making your hair systems on your character. So second thing, I'll just hide the main head. Okay, head layer. I forgot to name it, and this is hair mesh, right? And I'll make this available. Now first thing, uh, change the workspace to XGen interactive room. Okay, we'll learn like an interactive this time, and in the next session, in the next week session, we'll go a little bit more in depth in other style of there are two techniques using XGen. If you see here, there's a line here, can you see? And this is XGen. You can come here in XGen. It's a line. All these tools are for interactive, and all this is the different method. So first you understand interactive. Once you understand interactive, once you gain confidence, if you want, you can go for it. But right now, interactive is the one thing which is the latest technology embedded in XGen. So how to do it? So when you get it, you'll see something like this. Okay, when you set up your XGen interactive, you should see something like this. If you don't see this something like this, can you see this is the icon? It's a groom editor. That's what is there. Now with the mesh selected, if you go to create, and on the top, that's the first option is called interactive groom splines. So click on this one. Okay, or you can see it in modeling. Go to generate, and you should see create interactive groom splines. So both the things are same. Okay, so I'll just come here and create interactive groom splines. And here just reset it and give some name, because this is my air description for the head. So I'll put head, or I can put demo hair. Generally you can name the character. This is like hero hair. Okay, and create. You get the hair now. Okay. It is just a simple spikes like this. And in interactive groom, you can see this one. Even if you click on this one, you can expand it. You get sculpt, scale, and the base. And in the attributator, you can see, okay, in the attributator, you should see hair, hair shape, and hair base, and scale. And so let's click on first hair, and can you see the width? So right now, if you zoom in here, they're just simple planes. Can you see? So width, what I'll do, I'll just change it to 0.05. Okay, so you will see something like in long shot like this. So I can put 0.03 also. That's one thing. Next thing, Don't increase the head. You can increase the density and all things. I'll show you, but don't do it. Okay, when you are hairstyling it, first you need to get work on base minimum, bare minimum. Then here you got taper, start and taper. Rather than working on this one, I'll scroll down a little bit and I can show you on this one. I'll show just focus on any one of the hair things. So if I come here, if I move it down, can you see? So what I'll do, I'll just taper it a little bit, and then this one also I'll taper it a little bit down, but add one point to make it like this. Okay, so it's like a cone wise. Okay, now we got the hair density, sorry, width and all things. Now if you want to see the density that I want to increase more and all things, I can go back to hair base density. If I put 10, see the hair. Now I don't want this much. For the time being, I'll just put 1 only to work it out. Next thing is scale. So if I click on the scale, can you see the scale? I can increase the scale. So right now you are getting like a weird hairstyle, but that's fine. You can always edit it. And I'll go back to the hair base, sorry, hair, and I'll just increase the width a little bit so that I can see a little bit more clear for the time being. And here I'll put point, little bit increase. And now you know that in hair you can see the shape, and base you can go to the density, and in scale you can increase the scale. These are 3 things which you learn. Now there's one thing we got sculpt. So if I open this sculpt, by default it's on, so that's good. So what we will do is that you can use this interactive tools, can you see? But I don't know what are they. But if I click on generate, and if you click on interactive grooming tools, I'll just cut this. I can click on generate interactive grooming tools and click on this one, lines. And so now you see you can place, length, cut and all things. Now let's take, don't cut it, we'll work on length. Cut means you lose some points. I'll tell you what is it. So let's come back here. If I click on the main this thing, and yeah, okay, now in the hero base, can you see the CV count? Means each is like a curve and it has got 5 points on it, so it is a bit less, so I'll go for 10 so that you can get smooth bend of the hair. Okay, now first thing we'll use a comb brush. Okay, select this comb brush and double click on the comb brush. You will see tool settings. So now let's take, if your tool settings are somewhere here, you can just hold it and tuck it here near the attribute, because tool settings are very important thing. Any brushes, we just go to tool settings. Now here the other thing is that by default, I'll reset it, collide mesh is off. I'll just switch it on because I don't want, when I comb it, hair should not go inside the scalp. That's one thing. And then start, I'll just increase the brush size. I'm not using the symmetry. I'm just going to create like a male hairstyle on one side. So I'll just can you see? Now it will take some time. Don't think that it will happen in few minutes. So here, another thing is that, see, when I'm doing this one, when I'm using this comb, I don't like this color. So the best way is that if I click here and go to attribute, and if you click on this up and down arrow and you see connections, can you see? But right now I'm not able to see the material which is assigned to this one. So I can go to Windows rendering editors, and hypershade. Now here you should see something called physical hair. So right now, if you see here the physical hair, this is the color. So I'll just change it for the timing. I'll just change it to different color. I'll go for a little bit of grayish. And then you got a lot of specular. I decrease the speculars and secondary highlights also. I'll just go for a little bit of gray. You need to work on this one, okay? So I just did it some colors so that I can change the color a little bit. Now here, then once again go to comb. Because I'm working on less density. If you increase the density, your system will lag. And let's like you're making like a proper normal. As if you're combing your hair. Okay. So if you want to see a little bit more detailed result, I can just go back to the hair base, increase the density. Can you see? Now here, see, your system will die. That's the reason I'll go for 1. And you can see, now here, you can spend some time properly adjusting. Now, this is because I clearly know this side it should go down, this side it should go down, okay? I clearly know. And other things is that's fine. I can. So the best way what you can do is that, see, when I'm combing, I'm just like it's like a grab only. So here, can you see, I'm combing and pushing these points a little bit up. Now here, when you get this one, if you go back to this density, rather than going to the density, there will be something called range. If you click on a hero, okay, range is not here. We'll talk about the range later. We don't need it now. So here, I'll just decrease a small brush. So I'm getting still some issues with this one, but that's fine. But logically, I'm a little bit happy. You can always go back and check. You can go to the hair base and increase the density and check it out. Can you see? Because see, still there are some points. It takes some time. But you got some idea now. Can you see I'm just making a little bit of. So you, I made something like this. I'll go back density, I'll check it back to 1. And also I can come back here, width for the time being I'll just put 1 so that I can clearly see. Can you see? First I'm pushing these points inside. Can you see I'm just pushing these points first like this. I think working with a bigger brush, then if I will shift, you can smooth it a little bit and then comb it back. So that's the best way to do it. See here, these lines, I'm happy with it, but this one, so this strands, I'm not able to do it. So here, how to edit this one is, you can come back here. Now you got some idea? It looks not, it looks okay. So if I always go back to 5 and also you can use grab. So we are till now using comb, we can grab mesh is activated. Now you can see, can you see? Grab is literally, yeah, you need to pull it and it's grabbing, like, can you see? It's like a straight. And the other problem is that it's just the practice. There is no such thing called undo here. Okay. So I'm just using grab, but don't think that this is it. You have to do like this only. I'm just showing you the basics. But if you see here how we started and how we finally ending up, you can easily understand. Right? So I'll use this as, and then comb using, when it see, these are some of the problems with XGen. So you need to make it straight, grab it, okay, and then recomb it and all things. But that's fine, I'm happy with it, and the colors, and also I'm a bit okay. Next, once you get this thing, let's say I want to increase a little bit, so I'll go for 10. And if you want to see it, I can go back to channel box and switch on the character. Okay, so here we didn't do anything. So I'm just editing it. Not bad, not bad. So I'll just turn this off. Now we'll add some more life to it. Okay, once again, initial, this is good, this is formula. We can come back to the XGen. I don't want you guys to get confused with the guides and all things. Just do this one first. Okay, now see, can you see? Once you are happy with the shape, you can click on hero and then you can add modifiers. Let's take first, we'll add something called noise. When you add noise, and then here select the noise, and you can increase the frequency. Can you see? Increase the frequency and magnitude. Magnitude will go for a little bit less. Correlation. Okay, you can always play with all these things. And if you see here, so here I'm still using sculpting. Okay, once this one is done, noise, once you are happy, you can go next here. You can add one more, and you can add now called clump. Clump means it it will take each chunk of things into one clump. So you can select the clump now, and clump I'll decrease because this is too much. We'll go for a little bit down, but you can see some clumps all the way, but you can always decrease the clump variation. Can you see? And or else you can always come back to the clump and add some variation like this. Can you see? And you can add one more clump on top of it. Okay, and clump, and select this clump. This time okay, can you see the variation now? You got some big clumps, and then you are dividing that clumps. And clump variance. But this is how you can use it. Let's take, you don't like the color, you can always go back to rendering, hypershade. We'll change it to a little bit of brownish here, because right now I'm not putting any of the colors. So if I click on this hair color, and then main color, I'll just change it to a little bit of brownish color. Can you see? And then the second tip color, can you guys see the difference now? Just to show you the thing, I'm just changing it. Okay, let's take I want more noise. You can always come back and add noise. So select the noise, or else once you add the clump, you want to add one more noise on top of it. It's like a layer stacking. So add noise, select the noise, got it. And if I come back to the channel box, get the character, it's weird, but can you see? Now you're getting this hard edge and all things that I'll show you in the next lesson, next video, where we can always clean it up using a density maps and all things. But right now, if you see here, we got a decent one. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this lesson, and this will be your first session. Work on this one and try to create some different hairstyles. Okay guys, so any question, always get back to me, or else I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye.